Hello, my Bill 1000 Nation. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully, everyone's having a great day. If not, I hope it gets better from here. We are back with another Watcher Wednesday. This one is titled, How a Sheep Thief Became a Royal Jester. I'm excited to get in today's video. I love puppet history. I do. I love it. We have one left after this one. Oh, I hate to see it go, but man, we got Mystery Files coming up next. Oh, I'm so excited for Mystery Files. I'm ready. I am so ready, man. Did you see they got a new one about DB Cooper? I'm excited to get on that one too. Oh my god. All right, I'm excited to get in today's video. Hopefully you guys are excited as I am. If you are, please go ahead, turn them lights down low, put on something comfy, cup with something special. Let's get learned. Yeah. Boop.
Whoa! Welcome one and all to Puppet History! Today, we'll be taking an ever-winding look at yet another chapter in the heavy book we call History, while our guests ruthlessly compete for the coveted capsules and title of History Wizard. I'm your beloved host, the Professor!
Man, I can't wait to see where the lore takes us today. The Professor's parents have been eradicated. R.I.P. Professor's parents. To all those of you out there that's tore up about that as I am. I feel you. I feel your pain. Ryan came out of it like, ooh, the horse. What's the horse up to? The bad horsey. Okay.
Oh, Ryan Bergara, are you ready?
I'm so ready.
Okay, great. Special
Alex.
guest, Alex Song-Xia, are you ready?
I'm here.
Well, that's all that you need to be. Well, then let's crack in.
Armstrong.
I'm feeling juiced today.
Yeah? Why?
Yeah. Huh?
What'd you do behind that curtain?
I had a little Dixie cup full of coffee.
Oh.
Just coffee, huh?
Just yeah.
It's a Dixie cup.
It's like a big gulp for him.
Oh,
That
yeah.
sends me to the moon and back. Okay, now to begin. Do you think you're funny?
No.
Oh.
If I am, it's all I have.
Oh.
That's a good answer. I'm gonna steal that.
Well, our subject today was
is a
funny
good answer.
because he had to be. His job was to entertain and ridicule some of the most powerful people on the planet. Today, we're talking about Archibald Armstrong, the court jester to the Stuart Kings of England.
Oh, so he's like Jeff Ross, the roast master.
I feel like he's more of like a carrot top.
Carrot Top, all muscle now.
He's huge. Ryan, you're sort of with your little orange beanie over there. You're like the carrot top of puppet history today.
Alex also with the
I'm
orange
a
shorts.
carrot,
Oh, wait, carrot top and carrot bottom.
Together we make an entire carrot.
Okay, now, first for a bit of background. The noble adjacent profession of European court jesters is thought to be rooted in comedic actors
Right now they're
of
just two
ancient
baby
Rome.
carrots
Though,
floating in the
like
wind.
calculus, it appears to have been invented independently in various places. China is credited with the longest and richest history of court clowning, and even the indigenous Murungun tribe in Australia knew the antics of jesters. A court
Really?
jester's routine
That's
was
crazy.
closer to a one-man variety show than stand-up. Dancing, juggling,
Court jesters was everywhere. Oh, that's amazing. The whole world loves comedy.
wordplay, music, straight up babbling, all was fair game. A jester's job was levity, plain and simple, and they would do whatever they could to get the boss chuckling, relieving, but for a moment, the heavy weight of the crowd. Now, one of the best ways to elicit laughter was also the riskiest, poking fun at the monarch's expense. The court fool was essentially the only person outside of the traditional hierarchy that every other subject was, well, subject to. Ironically, this also meant the jester could be one of the few people in court that a monarch could trust, as they had no ulterior motives for flattery and sugarcoating. Of course, a jester's criticism did have its limits. You could cut too close to the quick, and best case is you're out of a job, in search of another monarch, or
Best
back to
case.
whatever shit-shoveling job you came
Worst
from.
case.
Wait, what would be the jobs before? Like, what would be the way to work your way
Yeah, what's
up?
the ladder? What's the fellow rungs below that?
Alex, that's a great question, and I'm going to give you a jelly bean right off the bat, because that's actually the first question of the show. Pop quiz time! What sorts of jobs did jesters typically have before entering court?
Ooh.
A, shit shovelers. B, priests. or C, soldiers. You guys locked in?
Oh, I'm locked in.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hey.
Ron, what do you got?
I put C. I just put soldiers.
Soldiers.
Yeah, makes sense. You experience some trauma, you could turn it into comedy.
Sure. Alex, what do you got?
I also put C, soldiers.
Oh, Sea Dog. This is when both people put C, it's a Sea Dog time. That's what we do, our favorite bit.
He wants you
I'm
to
an
bark
A.
like a seal. Is what, that's what he
and-
tries to get people to do.
Okay.
Because we're sea dogs.
Bark, 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 bark. Sort of like that.
Oh, wait, sorry, I didn't hear it the first time. What is it?
I don't know. I'm sure you guys will join in and not just make me do this. Watch. It just goes like
Okay.
this. Bark, 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 bark. Like that.
bark, bark,
Yeah.
Bark, bark,
Oh, now you're clapping like
bark.
seals
Okay.
too. I love it. Best bit on the show. Well, we're going to find out the answer via the magic of theater. I'll be
Okay.
right back. Whoa.
Great.
I think priest
I
would
hope
be
I'm
the
right.
funniest answer.
Yeah, there's no way.
That would be funny.
I guess we'll find out.
We'll find
Through
out.
the
No.
magic of theater.
Harumph, I grow weary of the serious business of governing. I yearn for a court jester. Send in the clowns. I want to pick a new fool. Hup, 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 hup. Good day, Your Highness. I am but one of your loyal war makers. All day I dream of the blood of your enemies washing over my skin
too
like
serious.
a balm to soothe my battle-tested muscles. Here's a little dance. Choo-cha-choo-choo-choo. Oh, no soldiers. I need them to protect my kingdom. Next. Away with you. Go. Okay. All right.
Okay, so I guess we were both wrong there.
Yeah.
Next. A blessed day to you,
Nope.
your kingly ship. I am, of course, a priest, interpreting God's holiest and sternest proclamations and delivering them unto you. I have prepared a fun little song. Very well, on with it. All right, that's plenty. Jesus Christ, no priests. They take God too seriously, and they're not funny. Next! Okay.
Sorry.
Hello, is this where I do me little antics and what? Oh, bloody hell! I've stumbled into shit, I have. Hilarious! You there, shit shoveler, you're hired. Welcome to Hollywood.
Oh.
Yeah, that's probably the saddest answer now that I think about it.
I was hopeful things had changed more in the hundreds of years, but
No.
Still the same industry.
it's still the same industry.
Wow! You guys talking resumes out here?
Yeah.
We're talking shop. You know.
Yeah,
Talking shit.
What was your first job in Hollywood, Professor?
I was
Sorry.
Tony Shalhoub's assistant on Monk.
That's pretty good.
Well, on camera.
I
I was
miss
on Tony's back
Monk.
like Yoda.
Okay.
Okay, well, points to neither of you, unfortunately.
I forgot Monk was even a fucking thing. That was an amazing TV show. That was the like OCD inspector dude, right? Monk, Tony Shalhoub, the one that played in like Men in Black as well, right?
Okay.
As
Got his head shot off. Grew back.
is still the case in entertainment today, shit shoveling was exactly the type of work that jesters did before donning the proverbial red cap. That is, if they weren't straight up criminals in need of a safe haven from a creditor or someone who wants to kill you. Well, being the personal clown to the most powerful person in the kingdom was a way to make sure your enemies couldn't touch you. No matter
He was
what
gonna
line
be a
of
shit,
work
be
you
a
were
funny
in,
shit.
court clowns came from the common classes and were usually the only person from those common classes in said court. Want to know how farmers would be affected by a new law up for consideration? Well, none of those noble advisors have any clue, but that guy with the bells on his toes just might. So he was also kind of a sounding board to see how the common folks might react to things.
Oh,
Smart.
sneaky.
I don't know why I immediately
birds,
jumped
one
to this,
joke.
but the king trusts the jester. Would they ever kiss?
They might kiss. I bet they kissed.
Would they ever kiss?
Would they
I bet
ever
kissed.
kiss?
Do you think the king would be like,
mean-
you know what would be funny?
It'd be so crazy if we
gave
did
me,
this.
What would be crazy if you gave me a little kiss?
What if we smooched a little bit?
Just wondering.
Do you think you'd be a jester back in the day?
I would love to have like one person in charge of me, but I think I also couldn't hack it.
Ryan, do you think you could be a jester?
I don't think it would go that well for me. I really do think I would push it a little too far.
I consider you my jester,
Oh,
That's
and I've kept
No.
you on for
that's
7 seasons now.
nice. I'm getting the
is that,
dynamic
is that a
little
compliment? I don't think
better.
that's a compliment.
It's not a compliment, it's just fact.
Nice.
It's the
I
highest
guess what I'm
of
nervous about if I were to take
compliments,
over after you is that I would fall in love with the monarch,
Yeah.
whoever they are,
Sure.
and I wouldn't care about the jokes anymore.
So you seem to really want to smooch this monarch.
Yeah, you're rooting for some
I
romance.
have authority issues.
Okay, enough about smooching.
Oh, I love where this is going. What the
Well,
fuck is
hello
that?
there. Who are you?
Hi there, Professor. You can call me the bear.
Wait, are you like one of those? Are you a song puppet or?
I don't understand the question. I'm a real living bear. I'm the bear. I live in Burbank, California, as a working commercial actor.
More like Bearbank, California.
Right. Well, in any case, today's sponsor and I come
right.
bearing gifts. I think it's time you swap your jelly beans with a gummy in the shape of me.
Oh, tell me more.
Grooms are a convenient, comprehensive formula
love gummy
packed
bears.
into 8 gummies a day. This isn't a
look like
multivitamin,
poops.
a greens gummy, or a prebiotic.
Why would you want
It's
gummy
all of those
poops?
things and then some at a fraction of the price. And bonus, it tastes great.
It would have to. It looks like a bunch of little gummy poops. It literally looks like the professor pooped out gummy bears. They better taste motherfucking amazing, bro. I love gummy bears. Not when they look like Dookie, though.
Wow, this is yummy and healthy.
You know it. 8 gummies are included within each daily snack pack because you can't fit the amount of nutrients they do into just one gummy. Generic multivitamins only contain
Only
around
8,
7 to 9 vitamins. Groons has 20 plus vitamins
I
and
like
minerals
gummy
and
bears a
60
lot.
plus whole food ingredients.
Could you do them in gummy worms? I love them more.
Whoa, it's jam-packed.
And the ingredients are full of benefits for your gut health, immunity, cognition, and energy. Did I mention it also contains biotin and niacinamide, which result in thicker hair and nails? I mean, can you imagine how shiny your blue fur could possibly be?
Well, who could resist smooching me then?
Not me!
Oh, you cheeky little bear. Get up to 52% off. Just click the link in the description. Hey, the bear, where are you
Bear
off to
Essentials.
now?
Wouldn't you like to know? Bye.
Oh, well, that was one good-looking bear. Anyway, back to the show. Where were we? Ah, yes. Now, along with the ability to weigh in on state affairs and move up from the worst jobs yet invented, if you were a good enough jester, you might even go down in history. Take
yeah.
Richard Tarleton, for instance. In theatrical history, he's considered the inventor of the stage yokel. And William Shakespeare himself is said to have been so inspired by Tarleton that both Bottom in A Midsummer Night's Dream and Yorick, the skull in Hamlet, were based on him. Ooh.
Cool.
Yeah.
That is
Sort
cool.
of the carrot top of his day, I guess.
It's weird when you find out people from history were really jacked.
I don't know that, to be clear, I don't know that he was actually
Oh, okay,
jacked.
because I know Houdini's super jacked. One of his things was, you could punch me as hard as you can in my stomach because my abs are so strong. And then he did that one day, and it was the last thing he ever did. He died like 4 hours later.
Speaking of, Ryan, I'd like you now to punch me in the stomach as hard as you can.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that a test?
Do it.
Oh, do you really want me to punch you in the stomach?
Yeah. It's not a question, it's an order.
I'm so sorry.
There
Alex.
is
This
a lot of
so
tension
this is
between
really,
the two
This
of
is
you.
incredibly strange. I apologize.
Okay,
Okay.
come on. Do it.
Do you mind if I lock and load my arms like Henry Cavill?
Do it. Do whatever you gotta do.
Oh my god.
Oh!
That was some good form.
Thanks. I stubbed my toe on that chest there.
Oh,
You okay?
Yeah, I'm stronger than I've ever been.
That's what Houdini said.
we have 4 hours.
You do have 4 hours before you bleed out in a hotel room.
That's a good jester. In Germany, one of the most famous court jesters was Klaus Narr, who served professionally as a jester for 5 different bosses between 1475 and 1525. Like most jesters, Narr, which is German for fool and Australian for no, came to the job suddenly and surprisingly. Per legend, a German elector named Ernst was passing through Klaus's hometown of Ronstadt in a large caravan of horses and carriages. Klaus, a young boy at the time, was worried that in the commotion of the passing caravan, his geese would be lost or stolen. Klaus started scooping up as many geese as he could, and when he couldn't hold any more, he pulled goose heads through his belt so he could carry more, their bodies dangling by his side. Ernst thought the boy with his goose noose was hilarious. So he went to Klaus's dad and told him his son was a born jester and asked permission to traffic Klaus to his court. Klaus's father
cool as
replied,
shit.
quote, "That would be great, sir. I'd be relieved of a great encumbrance thereby. The youth is no good to me. He makes nothing but trouble in my house and stirs up the whole village with his pranks." For his trouble, Ernst paid Klaus's father 20 guilders.
Hell
Now,
yeah.
while your Klaus Nar types were generally hilarious, some jesters mastered specific tricks. For instance, one jester, Roland, had a very particular set of skills. Oh, ho, ho. What was Roland's special skill? A,
Rolling?
juggling. B, farting. Or C, international diplomacy.
Or D, annoying the hell out of me. My
B.
roommate's name was Roland.
Oh.
He's still my friend,
Got
though.
an accent? Well, it doesn't sound like it.
I love a joke where the setup comes after.
Yeah, Brian's good at those.
Okay. I'm not confident about this one. I'm gonna put juggle, A.
Alex, what'd you put?
I put juggling because I thought maybe B
Rolling
farting.
thunder.
That was
He's a
just regular
farter.
back then. That wasn't funny.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna find out via the magic of theater once more. Wow, what an exciting episode. There's so much going on. This is crazy.
Also tough to do that on demand.
Yeah.
Though I do remember at a sleepover there was a kid who could do that. And I just remembered his name. His name was Chris. He did it, he told me, by sucking in the air through his butthole and then just projecting it back outward.
That actually does make sense,
Yeah.
but horrifying to hear.
The only way the problem with it was that in order to reload the air, he had to be head down, butt up. So that's how
Because that's where the air is.
he described
What are
he
you
described
talking
it as
about?
the airflow goes down.
Am I interrupting?
No,
Yeah.
just talking about my good friend Chris.
And now, ladies and germs, for our Christmas pageant's grand finale. I know we've all been waiting, so without further ado, I present Roland!
Okay, Rolly, this is it. The big show. Time to give the royal court what they want. A
Let's do
dignified
it.
way to keep the Christ in Christmas. Here goes nothing.
Really?
Whoa, he's done it, folks! Another terrific show from the world-renowned Jester. You know him and love him. Let's hear it for Roland the Farter!
Parts are always funny, bro.
Thank you all. I do it for my love of the game.
Whoa, Roland, the king is so appreciative of your artistic genius that he's giving you
Bill is
100
in
acres
the
of land
lead,
and a
Bill.
manor house in Suffolk.
Wow, thank you. And to any little boys out shoveling shit or pulling goosenecks through their belt, I'm the proof. Anything is possible.
Wow.
Wow.
Sounds like
Proof
Chris
is in
had
the
it
poo.
right. I had to
Proof
stand
is
on my
in the
head
poo.
and load air into my ass to have 100 acres of land. I'd take that deal.
I feel like this is how it feels to hear about, like, oh, old school sitcom writers, like,
Yeah.
made so much money.
Grown Ups 3 made $1 billion? What the hell?
Yeah. Hi.
Hi, dude.
Points to neither of you.
Yes. Though
He's
he
got
went
points,
by
though.
many names, Roland the Farter was just that. A farter. Yeah, and he was so good at it, it made him a landowner. It kind of makes you wonder. Oh, another question. What would your jester name be? I'm looking for something that highlights a talent that you have that's entertaining. And I'll tell you what, I'll give a jelly bean to the best answer.
I got it. I got it locked in. You really got to get those spiders out.
Bill the burp talker.
Ryan, what do you got?
I can belch words. I'm good at it.
Put the Bergiggler.
The because you just giggle a lot?
No, because I make people giggle, but I also giggle a lot.
That's
Because
nice.
I walk out on stage and I go,
I don't like that.
what if I make it a little lower?
I like it a little better.
Alex, what do you got?
I put Alex the surprisingly
A
sad.
little bit more like Krusty the
and a
Clown.
little smiley.
But then a smiley, so it's a little confusing.
Yeah, so just so you know not to worry.
So what would your routine be exactly? You just sort of walk
My
out
routine, I'd be like, hey, here's a joke, and also, why are we alive?
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna give points to both of you.
pretty
We'll
good.
give 1 jelly bean to Ryan and 2 jelly beans to Alex.
Wow.
All right.
And now, of course, my name would be
All right.
Professor the Professor. My talent is professing my love of history. But we're not here to talk about Professor the Professor, Klaus Narr, Ryan the Bergigler, Alex the Surprisingly Sad, or even Roland the Farter. No, the driver of this clown car is none other than Archibald Armstrong. We're finally getting to him.
I totally forgot about him.
Yeah.
Got so
Yeah,
caught up
that's
by
what
Roland
this
the
story's
Farter.
about.
By the way, this was in the sketch, but we didn't really talk about it. His whole thing was that, and he often did it during their Christmas feast, he would jump, whistle, and then fart.
Like Mario.
Wow, are we playing the same Mario?
If the sound effects were different. Instead of the bling.
Now, details of Archibald's early life
the
are
point?
pretty muddy, but we know he was born in the late 1500s. A professional sheep stealer, fiercely loyal to his likely native Scotland, somehow Archie made it into the court of King James VI of Scotland. Cool to be a professional sheep
Yeah,
stealer.
how does one go from being a novice sheep stealer to a professional?
Yeah. Does that just mean that's how you make your living? You don't have a day job?
I think it's a numbers game, you know? You steal one sheep, it's just a weird thing you did, but you do it all day long, you're a pro.
You clock in and out.
Well,
Tenure.
early in his goofing
Definitely
career,
get
like
tenure.
all jesters, Archie had to find his lane. He wasn't a dancer, he wasn't a singer, really, he wasn't even that witty of an observer. Few seemed to think he was the funniest thief to don the fool's cap, but everyone seemed to like him well enough, and what Archie really excelled at was getting dunked on. Now, Archie played the role of the buffoon, and the nobility took turns ridiculing him. The king's son, Prince Charles, not the current king, of course, a different guy, had a special knack for bullying the poor fool. He and his friends would try to catch Archie, roll him up in a blanket, and toss him, quote, like a dog. For his part, it seems this young Archie understood his role and was good-spirited about it, taking a rope-a-dope-like approach and letting his tormentors essentially wear themselves out picking on him.
Rope.
So sad.
That's fair.
Okay, guys, this is so much fun. I'm getting a little bruised, though. Maybe no more throwing down the stairs? Okay, here we go. One more time.
Now, despite the fact that all his friends and family loved tormenting Archie, King
Oh,
James liked the dude. And at the end of the day, his was the only opinion that mattered. As such, it often fell to Archie to deliver bad news to the king, as bad news from a smiling oaf was just a little easier to take than, say, from a sneering vizier. Huh? What tough news did Archie deliver to King James? A, the French had declared war. B, the peasants were in revolt. Or C, his son was more popular than him. Ryan, are you locked in?
I'm locked in.
Could be A or
I wrote
B.
C, and I wrote the most famous case of a kid being more popular than the father, Robert Downey Jr.
Dang.
Alex,
B.
what'd you put?
I put A, the French declared war.
Uh-huh. They're always doing that.
Yeah.
Wow, that's gonna be a point for Ryan.
Yeah.
Good for you. Yes, Archie had to tell his boss that actually his son was more
Are you
popular
fucking
than the
serious?
king. Apparently,
Fuck you,
quote,
Ryan.
the knowledge of this bitter truth, as irrefutable as any told to Lear by his fool, moved James to tears. Archie joked at it, but the king wept. Oh,
Oh.
Wow. Feels like that's less urgent news he could keep that to himself.
maybe it was like a sort of a pep talk, like, hey, be cooler.
Is there a way you can make that into a pep talk?
No. Now, it's hard to say whether Archie took pleasure in relaying this news about the guy who rolled him up like a taquito and tossed him about, but it seems this indeed caused a rift between the king and the prince. From then on, James was prone to ill humor with Charles, which unsettled Charles and his posse of assholes. In 1603, King James VI of Scotland got a new job, King James I of England, thereby combining the two thrones for the first time.
Hell
Archie
yeah.
now had a new court to cater to. It was time to see if his local shtick had that four-quadrant appeal.
Nice.
In London, Archie's reputation only grew, as did his bag of tricks. He became a master practical joker, specializing in boisterous entertainment. One Sir Anthony Weldon recounted watching Archie riding, quote, on the back of other fools to tilt at another till they fell together by the ears. Now, apart from refining his slapstick routine, Archie also improved his wit and wordplay, often at the expense of those who had previously treated him poorly. Sir Nicholas Lestrange recorded an incident when King James was complaining his hunting horse was too lean. Archie suggested the quickest way to fatten up the steed would be to, quote, make him a bishop.
Really sticking it.
Get dunked on, bishops!
Real knee slapper, Archie.
Oh, not funny
Damn.
enough for you? Well, how about this? We've got a collection of modern jests, witty jeers, pleasant taunts, and merry tales that is attributed to Archie, with almost 200, well, let's call them pieces of content, ranging from full-on stories to not quite one-liners to limericks. Honestly, most are pretty inscrutable 400 years later, but here's one entitled, A Rich Man and a Poor. Quote, one asks this question,
Okay.
What was that the poor man throws away and the rich man puts up in his pocket? Oh, open-ended question here. Come up with a punchline.
Are you just trying to get Alex to write jokes for you so you could use them?
Maybe?
I'm caught in between trying to get it right and like writing something funny.
What was that the poor man throws away and the rich man puts up in his pocket? Okay, Ryan, what do you got?
I just wrote dignity. I mean,
Okay.
Oh, whoa. And that's commentary.
How very pithy, Ryan.
yeah.
All right, Alex, what do you got?
I put a bunch of cash.
The biggest laugh there was for Alex, so we're gonna give a jelly bean to Alex.
Yeah.
Ryan, yours was very
Not good.
humorously observed.
It felt like it fit the prompt better.
The actual end of the joke is, quote, it was answered when the rich man blows his nose in a handkerchief.
It's not.
Could you imagine telling a joke on stage and the entire audience not only doesn't laugh, but looks up into the ceiling trying to figure out what you're talking about? Like,
You know, I don't have to imagine that.
Because poor people,
Yeah.
Biting social
people got them
commentary
fancy
there.
silk
But
things,
believe it
they're
or
like,
not,
"Oh, it's got to
that
be
quality of
washed."
joke was all it took to become the most famous jester in Europe. Archie made his fame work for him, mastering the ability to profit off of the king's favor and his courtly connections. Eventually, he became so beloved and so well compensated that other jesters wrote him letters speaking of their admiration.
wow.
Wow.
With Archie's
Fanboys.
renown growing outside of the kingdom, it makes sense that King James started using his fool for diplomatic purposes. In 1623, that meant going on a secret mission to Spain on what has become known as a historical farce. In the early 17th century, the Protestants and the Catholics of Europe were at war. Actually, there's kind of a funny origin story to that called the Defenestration of Prague, which I someday would like to do an episode on. Cutting to the chase for our story today, to ease foreign tensions, to consolidate European power, and for straight-up money, King James was angling for his son Charles to marry the Princess of Spain. Charles, accompanied by the Duke of Buckingham, went to Spain to meet the princess. Things seem to be going, fine. You know, not love at first sight, but no one's got the ick yet. Charles and the Duke of Buckingham settled down for a long negotiation, and a group of servants and attendants headed to Spain to join their prince. Now, King James, meanwhile, didn't trust his son had the riz to seal the deal with the princess. Archie himself made a bold joke about this plan to the king, telling him, quote, I must change caps with your majesty. Now, that's a good one, right?
This guy's hilarious.
That one's actually funny, right?
Is it?
Wait,
He's like, maybe you should be wearing the clown hat.
Archie said this to like the King of Spain?
The fucking king of
That's
England.
great. Oh, of England.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Boom,
Well, he's got
baby.
another one lined
Game
up.
day
Now, when the
bucket.
king suggested the prince might pull it off and return to England safe, Archie replied, he said, quote, in that case, I will take my cap from my head and send it to the King of Spain. You get, because then that's more just another hat joke, you know?
Yeah, it's
Hell
so
yeah.
riot
I
over
like
there.
it. I like it.
This guy's like
A lot
Andy
of
Kaufman.
hat jokes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I'd love to see one of his shows. It'd be
Everyone's
so
like
Some
painful.
Groucho Marx
Do you
shit,
think
bro.
actually like maybe he was really funny, but we're just hearing it the way the professor is saying?
Wait, no, what?
Yeah, it's possible.
Sorry, as soon as I started saying it, I was like, that's
Are you
really
jesting me?
mean.
Are you jesting me
Sorry.
right now? You jest me, that's a jelly bean for Alex.
What? I'm rewarded for that?
Well, yeah, because you told me an unfortunate truth, which is that I'm the one butchering these
No,
jokes.
sorry.
Well, if someone were to do Andy Kaufman, I guess
Game
it would be
recognized
pretty
game.
brutal.
Well, Archie's point was well taken, and against Charles' wishes, King James sent our boy Archie along with the other servants, both to schmooze the Spanish court with his famed levity and to serve as a spy for King James, as he didn't trust his fail son to be giving him the real, you know what I mean? Now this was risky, because King James was literally sending the one guy with no respect for decorum to entertain a group of royals that, didn't speak English. Adding to this, King Philip of Spain reportedly refused to provide Archie with a translator. Yikes! Oh, look at that! Hey, how'd it go in Spain?
Not great.
Great! The Spanish king loved Archie. B, terrible. The Spanish king hanged Archie.
Oh.
Or C, even worse, the Spanish king hanged Archie and declared war on England.
Okay.
Okay, we're locked in. Right, what do you got?
How about A, Archie rules? I just feel like he can't die. We're too early in the story.
Die.
Alex, what do you got?
I put A. It went great, and they kissed. The Spanish king and Archie.
Wow, that's gonna be jelly beans for both of you.
Nice. Nice.
Wow.
Yes, despite the language barrier,
Smooches
King
everywhere.
Philip of Spain loved Archie. Archie considered himself even better than Philip's own Spanish-speaking fool, and Philip gave Archie gifts, including a pension and fancy clothing. Ooh.
A pension?
Fuck yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
You do one good set, you got a pension?
You get free money for life.
That's got to be a tough day at the office for that Spanish Jester.
Yeah.
This guy comes in and doesn't even speak the language, outdoes him. I'd kill him.
For his part, Archie loved Philip back, naming his son Philip after the Spanish king years later. Aww. Well, despite his best efforts, Archie couldn't save Charles' doomed courtship. When it was clear the engagement was falling apart, Archie and the Duke of Buckingham traded accusations for who was to blame. The Duke tried to silence Archie, who, after all, technically shouldn't have been mouthing off to a Duke, by threatening to have him hanged. Archie replied, this is good, quote, "No one has ever heard of a fool being hanged for talking, but many dukes in England have been beheaded for their insolence."
Oh, damn.
Dang.
Yeah.
You can't kill me.
Gangsta.
I'm gonna kill you.
Well, when Charles returned to England, still a bachelor, it seems everyone involved found their reputation had suffered from the farce, except for Archie. Yeah. News of his diplomacy/foolery in Spain actually increased his reputation. Yes, sir, in the early 1600s, it really seemed like no one could touch Archie. That is, until 1625. Oh, what happened in 1625? A, the Anglican Church banned tomfoolery. B, Prince Charles became King Charles. Or C, Archie was accused of being a Spanish double agent.
B.
I put A, in the words of the great Tommy Lee Jones, cannot sanction your buffoonery.
Ooh.
That's great. Alex, what you got?
I put B. King Charles happened.
Yeah. With a little frowny face, yeah.
Just
Little
want to see a
frowny.
royal decree with the words tomfoolery.
That would be funny. Well, that's going to be a point for Alex.
Dang it.
Yeah. Yes, unfortunately for Archie, in
Man,
1625,
I'm doing
King James
damn
died,
good this
passing
season.
the crown to that brat who couldn't seal the deal with the Spanish princess and who used to roll Archie up in rugs and throw him around like a dog.
Oh, with the posse of assholes.
That's correct.
There is a movie.
There is a movie right there,
There's
honestly.
the movie.
They got to make that movie.
I watched that.
Well, new
They kiss
kings
at the
meant
end of
new
it.
courts, and new courts meant new faces. One face that had an increasing amount of sway with the new monarch was Archbishop of Canterbury, William Laud. Now, Laud was buddy-buddy with the Duke of Buckingham, the guy who messed things up in Spain and hated Archie even more than Charles. The Archbishop, for his part, was a power-hungry little grubber, using his religious role to attack political figures he didn't agree with. Archie would publicly ridicule the Archbishop, for instance, by getting drunk and calling Laud, quote, a monk, a rogue, and a traitor.
Don't you ever call me a monk.
Or
I would never call
rogue.
you a monk.
You just called me your jester about 10 minutes ago, and I'm still recovering from it.
That's just how I think of you.
Is Monk a good thing because you worked for Mr. Monk?
Tony was great. Tony, I have no complaints about Tony that I need to put on public record. Another time, while offering grace before dinner,
Oh my
Archie
God.
prayed, quote, "Great
Poor Tony
praise be
Shalhoub.
to God, and little laud to the devil." Oh, what a burn, I think. I think that's just a size joke, because William Laud was a small fella.
Just one time, I want you to tell one of these Archie jokes where you don't have to immediately explain what the
tough.
fuck you're talking about.
It's very tricky.
Could you imagine a set of all these back to back?
Yeah. Just holding up a microphone in front of a brick wall, being like, now, let me explain.
That's crazy, man.
Now, Archie had been known to push the bounds of acceptability, but in 1638, he finally took it a step too far with the Archbishop. Laud was trying to impose English ways of worship all the way up in Scotland. While James would have never let this happen, being originally a Scottish king after all, Charles had basically grown up in London and didn't feel any particular allegiance to his father's fatherland. Archie, however, was Scottish and proud of it, and he dialed up his attacks on Laud. Quote, one day, when passing the Archbishop, Archie remarked, quote, whose fool now? Doth not your grace hear the news from sniveling about the liturgy? With other words of reflection.
Is that the end?
Yeah.
I don't think you're selling them right. Sorry to keep blaming you for this, Professor.
Well, I'll try it one more time, okay? I'll really...
You know what it is? I didn't know he was Scottish this entire time. Say it like Alan Cumming on Traitors.
Say it like Shrek.
Shrek! Yeah.
Where's Phil now? Doth not your grace hear the news from sniveling about the liturgy? With other words of reflection, the end.
I do think that's funnier.
It is
Thank
a little
you.
bit funnier.
It
Archie
is.
had
It
finally
is
crossed
so
the
much
line,
better.
and the less sympathetic king had had enough. On March 11th, Laud whined to the king, who in turn ordered that Archie's quote should be carried to the porter's lodge, his coat pulled over his ears, and kicked out of the court, never to enter within the gates. For Archie, this was a humiliating banishment, but the former jester got the last laugh. Archie remained popular among the citizens of Britain, a fact that haunted the Archbishop until his beheading in 1645. Yikes!
Oh, damn.
I guess you do get the last laugh if your enemy gets beheaded. Yeah.
I don't know.
That's
If I
the
don't find it
rules.
funny, I don't laugh.
So, who was Archie replaced by? A. Muckle John. B. William the Buttonless. Or C. Horrible Frank. You like these,
C.
Ryan?
I do, actually. I'm just going with the one I want to see the most, so.
I'm gonna guess that's.
See Horrible Frank.
Does sound good.
Sounds so funny.
Yeah.
I want to see Horrible Frank so bad.
I put Muckle John. Are we allowed to say this? What does that mean?
I don't know. Can we get a definition of muckle?
Okay.
Okay, then I stand by
Muckle John.
Muckle John.
He's basically Huge John. Endless John. Well, that's going to be a
Big
point for
John.
Alice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Fucking shit.
Yes, as much as I'd love to see the act of Horrible Frank, Muckle John is considered to be the last official court fool in England, never gaining the notoriety of his predecessor, himself only working until 1649, when King Charles himself was beheaded. And as for Archie, he was never a jester ever again. After all, there's only so many royal courts, and not all of them are hiring. But our guy was
fair.
no sad clown. He'd made many noble friends, and had received so many gifts and land from courtiers that he was able to live very comfortably for a former sheep stealer. Fittingly, Archibald Armstrong, famed fool to kings, died on April 1st, 1672. April Fool's Day. That's pretty funny.
That's
pretty funny
fucking
way to
great.
die, right?
Was that already April Fool's Day in
I don't
1672?
know if it was then. Maybe they started it then.
It's possible. That seems more likely.
It'd be cool if they made a little holiday when I die.
Don't think so.
Why not?
Well, you're not important enough.
What the fuck? Well, let's see if you like this. Now, there's a song
What the
that
fuck?
survives Archie that perhaps
Oh,
summarizes his life best. Quote, Archie, by kings and princes graced of late, jested himself into a fair estate.
Short song.
Yeah, but it made sense, so that's fun. Uh-huh. He was a funny guy, and
He's
he
got
got
a
a
point.
house.
Yeah.
Well, that's the story of Archie.
Shit
You
ton of
guys got
land.
any final thoughts about him?
Got put
Yeah,
on
I don't know
payroll.
about other episodes, but this one felt like it had an undercurrent of darkness,
Yeah.
which to me goes hand in hand with comedy.
You guys ever work for someone who was eventually beheaded?
I can't answer that.
Okay. That concludes our history
fair.
lesson. I'm gonna go vibe with the tallies to see who ought to take home the coveted capsules and title of History Wizard. In the meantime, enjoy this performance from a rolled up rug containing Archie Armstrong. I'll be back in a bit. Goodbye.
Oh, God.
Huh.
He made eye contact with me the entirety of it going down, which I didn't
did.
appreciate.
The eye contact is really intense.
He's an intense guy.
New fella in the court, he's making jokes, he's making waves, he's splitting sides. Well, we're not sure where he's from, he smells like sheep and he just keeps on cracking wise. And he's been getting pretty chummy with the crowd. And so we're thinking that it's time we took him down a peg or two. Step on up, gather around, cause it's time to kick the shit out of the clown.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what we'll do. We're gonna stomp on all his toes, gonna punch his stupid nose. And when all is said and done, we're gonna make sure that he knows. Archie, I know you're having a laugh. But the prince is pissed, he's gonna pummel your ass. Yes, he will. So before you lose more blood and get rolled up in more ruts, you might just want to call it quits and cool it with the fucking quips.
Oh. Music break.
Well, Archie didn't stop, he got a raise, he took a trip across the sea. And the king thought that fool might have a bag, some pretty clutch diplomacy. Oh, and he showed the world the nature of his art was much more nuanced than a whistle and a fart. He gathered fans in far-off lands, but now the prince is revving up to throw some hands. If you ingratiate yourself, might be a hazard to your health, cause they'll beat you till you're black and blue and sporting countless welts. It ain't right, it ain't fair, kicked his shins and pulled his hair. That funny chap, he got a slap on his goofy derriere. Made him crawl on his hands and knees, made him bark and beg and plead like a dog, like a rat, all because he made him laugh. Archie, I know you're having a word. Yes, you are. Oh, but that prince is pissed, gonna pummel your ass. Oh, and before you lose more blood and get rolled up in more rugs, you might just want to call it quits and cool it with the fucking quits.
Yeah, the teeth are really
The teeth were nervous.
something.
I really enjoyed that. That was a hell of a ditty.
Really makes you think about rug munching.
Oh, I'm certainly thinking about it now.
Whoa! What a jovial performance! Yeah. Oh, you guys are never gonna believe this.
Oh,
After
God.
vibing with the scores for a bit, it's been decided that Alex is our history wizard.
That's
But
fine.
isn't
That was-
everyone a winner when you've got a fresh bottle of
She deserves to win after that last joke.
piping hot, forget it all in your hand?
That's
Come
right.
get your pills. These are
Okay.
your
Ooh.
victory pills.
I got yours.
Forget it all.
There you go.
Ask
Thank
for it
you.
by name
Wow.
again and again and again.
Okay.
These are
Well,
really good.
Alex, thank you so much for being here. Ryan, thanks for being a pal. And to all you folks at home, thanks for watching Puppet History, where the details are always a little fuzzy.
The
We'll see you
lore.
next time. Whoa.
Coast clear?
I think so. Let's do it. Yeah. Oh, wow, this place is huge.
Come on, stop messing around.
Oh, yeah.
It's just right through here.
Hey, fellas, great show today. Say, where you going?
Actually, Dr. Spratt, as our representative from the Department of Puppet Safety, maybe you should hear this. We're concerned our new brand relationship horse, Elmer, might be up to no good. You might want to steer clear of Forget It All for the time being.
Well, should I not be taking those? I hear they're good for your brain.
Yeah, they're good, aren't they? Do you have any on you right now?
Look, listen, we all love Forget It All. We love it.
It's great.
I do.
It's really good.
I'd do almost anything for
Yeah.
the pill right now. Anything.
Anything.
But there's something weird going on, and we need to get to the bottom of it.
Okay, well, I wish you the best of luck. I'll tell you what, I'll keep my eyes peeled for Elmer, and if I see anything, I'll let you know.
Oh, thanks, man. What a guy.
Bill does sound
Really friendly. Yeah, forget it all sounds tasty right now.
Hey, come on.
Huh?
Take that out of your mouth. Take that out of your mouth. Okay, just keep quiet. Oh, yeah, it's a little tall, sorry. Hold on. I got you. I got you. Why are you so wet?
Ooh, shiny. Do you live here?
No, I don't live here for the last time I work here.
Okay.
Look, focus. We need to talk to Shane, but Shane was shot dead in the street like a dog.
Yeah.
So, we need
Yo,
this.
Shane.
Oh, yes, a broken radio.
Shane's
broken
gonna have to
radio,
believe
it's a
in ghosts
spirit
now.
box.
He is one.
Wow, that's annoying. It's
Shane?
very loud and annoying. Okay.
Shane? Who shot you dead in the street like a dog? Sometimes we have to do this for a few hours before anything happens.
Yeah, it's boring.
It just takes some patience.
Sure.
Hey, Shane, it's me. Big guy?
All right, I think we can move on from this. This thing never works.
Holy shit.
Shane, you're a... It's a ghost.
Professor, come on. You're a man of letters. You don't buy this ghost bullshit, do you?
Shane, I'm looking through you, man. You're
not the
You're a
same.
ghost. You're a ghost. Yep.
You're a ghost.
This is never easy. Ryan, look. I believe you believe I'm a ghost. But I could be a million other things before I'm a ghost. A rubber shoe, pivoting, a walnut, dropping on a roof. Oh, my feet are gone.
He's insane.
Still pisses me off.
Oh, my God. No, don't you remember being shot in the street like a dog?
Yeah, for sure. Oh, wait, yes, actually, yes. Hang on. It's coming back to me.
For sure.
Let's take a look. I once had a lassie whose eyes were all glassy and What are you doing here? Time to die, you dog. What are you gonna do? Shoot me? Oh, you fucking puppet.
Jesus Christ. Poor Shane.
So, yeah, I got shot by that horse, and then, I don't know, what do you want? Here I am.
Well, like I said, dude, you're a ghost.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with ghosts aren't real, because I haven't seen one with my own eyes, but I promise you, if I ever do, I will admit that you're onto something here. It is just occurring to me, it was kind of odd I bumped into Abraham Lincoln in line at Lazy Acres the other day.
Oh, how'd he look?
Oh, he looked great. He had a big bleeding hole in his head and my brains. But other than that, he looked good. Now that I think of it, I've been bumping into a lot of famous people lately. It's Tinseltown, you know. Kate Warren bumped into Adolf Sax, inventor of the saxophone. Bumped into the Pickle Boys. So yeah, it's been an exciting week for me.
My man, those are all dead people we've covered on the show.
Okay, well, who are you covering this season?
Oh, who do we got? Franz Liszt, Pythagoras, Shashar Al-Dur.
Oh, Pythagoras, the math guy. I know math, love math. Haven't seen him, so I must be just a totally alive guy who happened to get shot to death by a horse.
Enough! You were shot dead in the street like a mangy mud of a dog by Elmer Walter Williams, and he's gonna do it again unless we stop him.
But how? Wait a minute. Ryan, you know, if our dearly departed Stanley Melvin were here, he would remind us that there's one surefire way to kill a horse.
We drown it in molasses.
We drown it in molasses.
You drown it in molasses.
Molasses.
Looks like we're gonna need a big old vat of hot, brown goo.
Itching for more puppet history? Well, head on over to Watcher TV for an extended cut and to watch all episodes a month early.
What the fuck? The lore. Oh my god. Ooh, man, I got the goosebumps. I got the goosebumps. Oh, I love this shit, man. I love the lore. I love it. I love it. Man. I can't wait till the next one. I can't wait till the next one. I can't wait till the next one. Oh my God. Hot molasses. Oh fuck. Oh, I really enjoyed today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed today's video as much as I did. If you did, please go down there, leave a thumbs up. It really does help the channel grow. While you're down there, if you want, go on over, slap that subscribe button, become part of the B5 Nation. We do some crazy stuff. If you want to know when that crazy stuff happens, ding that bell and turn on all notifications. As always, be good to one another. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. What the fuck? This is getting deep, bruh.